Puerto Rican campaign. The United States declared war against Spain on April 21, 1898. The U.S. took Cuba and the Philippines from Spain, then went to take Puerto Rico from the country as well. Puerto Rico was one of the two principal possessions of Spain in the Caribbean. The U.S. was interested in the island for its possible economic and military value. Puerto Rico was formally transferred into the hands of the U.S. in October of that year. The Treaty of Paris was signed on December 10, 1898, which ended the Spanish-American War and ratified the conditions for the peace treaty. U.S. involvement. The Foraker Act of 1900 established a civil government in which Puerto Ricans were only allowed to elect 30 delegates, and the U.S. President appointed other officials. Free trade was established between the countries. The resulting influx of U.S. involvement caused many small farmers to lose their lands. The Olmstead Act of 1909 gave the U.S. President a direct role in Puerto Rican affairs, but the majority of Puerto Ricans demanded a greater local control. In 1914, the Puerto Rican House of Delegates voted unanimously in favor of independence from the U.S., but this was rejected by Congress as unconstitutional and in violation of the Foraker Act. In 1917, the Jones Act declared Puerto Rico a U.S. territory and citizenship was conferred to them. Early U.S. governors were preoccupied with Americanizing Puerto Rico, but they had no clear policy on the island's political status. A U.S. senator introduced a bill to Congress calling for Puerto Rican independence in 1943. Governor Luis Munoz Marin opposed it, although a majority of the government sent cables endorsing the bill. In 1948, the U.S. Congress allowed Puerto Rico to elect its governors by popular vote. Luis Munoz Marin was re-elected to the first of 4 terms. President Truman signed the Puerto Rico Commonwealth Bill in 1950, which enabled Puerto Ricans to establish their own constitution. Puerto Rican nationalists opposed the new law. They attempted to assassinate Governor Luis Munoz Marin and tried to kill President Truman. In 1952, Puerto Rico became a Commonwealth. The island's constitution was proclaimed on July 25th, the 54th anniversary of the U.S. invasion of the island. Currently, Puerto Rico is a self-governing commonwealth in association with the U.S. Puerto Rico has authority over its internal affairs, while the U.S. controls everything else. Currently, Puerto Rico is $70 billion in debt. Congress set up a rescue package to help the struggling territory, but Puerto Rico just missed their last payment on May 2nd and are not expected to be able to make the next payment. Puerto Rico and its citizens are currently suffering greatly because of this debt.